Coming up today on News 6, Senator Rapert comments on nuclear weapons.
And cursive writing becomes mandatory in state elementary schools.
All these stories and more, stay with us. News 6 starts right now. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Candace Miller.
And I'm Jordan Arrington.
The topic on many people's minds today is the winter weather that has affected the state this week. 4,000 to 5,000 people lost power throughout Arkansas just today. According to Entergy Arkansas, Entergy also reported that 40,000 people in Arkansas lost power over the weekend, with the most power outages in Clark County. KARK News reported only one school, Webster University in Little Rock, closed today. The National Weather Service says Conway had a more than 1 inch of sleet and snow between Sunday and Monday. With rain, snow, and below freezing conditions forecasted for Friday, Arkansas could experience more winter weather over the weekend.
Senator Jason Rapert made strong statements on his Facebook wall Sunday regarding nuclear weapons. Rapert made the comment after a news story was released about 21 Egyptian Christians being beheaded. Allegedly, the beheadings were by ISIS militants. Rapert said, "A strategically placed nuclear weapon would save the lives of our soldiers and quickly turn things around. It is time for the insanity to be stopped." Rapert received criticism for his post and was later asked how the use of nuclear weapons would affect the impression of the U.S.
I would never advocate indiscriminately using any kind of weaponry, conventional or nuclear.
ISIS is beginning to recruit individuals from around the world. University of Little Rock professor Dr. Rebecca Glazier said recruits would only grow in the wake of a nuclear strike.
Schools have a new curriculum change. Arkansas lawmakers incorporated cursive handwriting into state elementary school curriculum. The Arkansas House of Representatives passed the bill Thursday. Bill 1044 will require teaching of cursive writing across the state by the end of the 3rd grade, but the bill will not affect Conway Public Schools. Debbie Miller, Director of Instructional Services, says Conway's 9 elementary schools already incorporate cursive writing into their curriculum. All right, Ellie. So I really enjoyed my long weekend, 5 days. I don't have class on Friday either, and then we came back today.
Yeah, it was great, especially with the snow. I actually had a snowball fight with my neighbors. And I'm hearing we're supposed to get some more snow?
Yes, we're actually finally experiencing some winter, like real winter.
Right.
And there's actually more coming. So we definitely want to plan ahead for that. And I'll bring you more details on that when we get back. Stay with us.
Solid.
What are you talking about again?
I'm just going to say what's going on in UCA.
When I discovered the University of Central Arkansas offers a Master of Arts in Teaching, which helped me make the transition from the office to my classroom. Plus, the convenience of a flexible format allows me to attend classes while teaching my own. UCA put me and my education front and center. Learn how at uca.edu/online.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
At the University of Central Arkansas, I've encountered world-changing academics and game-changing athletics, helping me become a regular on the Southland Conference Honor Roll. I was able to graduate early with a business degree, and now I'm seeking a second degree in physical education, all while playing Division I volleyball, softball, and soccer. UCA put me and my education front and center. Learn how at uca.edu.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
Hey, you going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather! Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark! We're just playing! We're just playing on trying to get you out of here!
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Welcome back to News 6. My name is Elizabeth Flores. I hope everybody has been able to keep safe during this past weekend storm. Now we're going to take a look at the weather and just kind of see what's coming up next. We are finally getting all these winter temperatures and storms and things that should have been happening for a while. What's going on right now is we're actually having more storms coming in, 2 more storms. We have this low pressure system bringing in the cold from the north all the way down to the south. So especially we're continuing to have these cold temperatures and these just heavy snow and storms coming in over the northeast again. So they're actually right over Maine. That's where the biggest storm is going to hit. And they're actually experiencing another foot of snow coming in. So definitely need to be prepared for that. For us now in we're still in the national map. If we could have the national map really quick. So you can kind of see how the temperature, how this pressure system is actually hitting us. And we're in those temperatures, so that the cold temperatures are going to keep on coming. We're going to have actually some winter weather coming in and a lot of rain. So definitely we're going to start seeing that as the week goes on. So we can go ahead and look at the highs around the state. So the highs were pretty good. We had a lot of sun, definitely helping all that snow melting. But the temperatures were pretty cold. Jonesboro was the lowest with 28, and Texarkana the highest with 50. So definitely temperatures are, we have a lot of variety in the temperatures, but in Conway today we were our high of 41, and like I said, a lot of sun that's helping the roads clear up a little bit. So if we look at our 36-hour forecast, we can see that tonight it's going to go down to 13 degrees. So definitely just keep that in mind because it's going to be cold. Tomorrow, I have us, partly sunny because the bad temperatures are not going to come in until the night. But we're going to have a high of 34, and tomorrow night it's going to be a low of 20, and that's when the wintry mix is going to come in. So it's going to be a little bit of snow, a little bit of ice and rain. So definitely not the good things to be driving outside if we don't have to. So if we look at our extended forecast, we can kind of plan ahead. Thursday, again, the high would be 34, and I have a little bit of sun in clouds, but that's because it's not until the night when the bad weather is actually going to hit. So Friday, we're going to have, again, 70% chance of a little bit of ice and snow, so definitely try not to drive. Saturday, we'll have a lot of thunderstorms, a lot of rain, not so much snow, and hopefully the roads will be good by then, but we are going to have thunderstorms and rain coming in on Saturday. And for the rest of the week, we can see that the highs will be in the 40s, and then the lows in the 20s. So temperatures, again, staying cold, but definitely just trying to stay safe. So that's all I have for the weather. My name's Elsa Flores.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. An epic snowball battle, a lantern show, and animals dressed to impress for the new year. All the video that you will have you talking is in Take a Look at This.
Protect the American way! Take a look at this. Usually it's a war of words in the nation's capital, but when there's snow, words go out the window. Frigid temperatures couldn't keep those bent on battle from taking part in the annual DC snowball fight. And while the snow wasn't ideal for snowball making, that didn't deter the participants from having an icy bit of fun, flinging handfuls of the fluffy stuff at the enemy. The Lunar New Year falls on February 19th this year, and several cities across China are already starting to celebrate. Numerous lantern shows have been staged, highlighting the beauty and elegance of the Chinese tradition. At this festival, hundreds of visitors show up each year to view the unique lanterns arranged in a multitude of shapes, from exotic animals to elaborate landscapes. It's not just people getting ready for the Lunar New Year. There are a few merrymakers of the furry kind. These penguins in a northern Chinese province were dressed in the traditional red to greet the coming spring festival, but they were no match, style-wise, for these two friendly mascots at a Thailand resort. 2015 is the year of the goat, after all. For Take a Look at This, I'm John Fricke.
Human Rights Campaign Arkansas calls on Governor Asa Hutchinson to veto Senate Bill 202, which denies the civil rights of the LGBT community. HRC Arkansas State Director Kendra Johnson says the governor has the power to tell the nation that Arkansas welcomes all people, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity. If Senate Bill 202 is passed, many cities in Arkansas will lose the ability to become many Fortune 500 companies who support LGBT equality to their region. HRC Arkansas has worked vigorously to prevent the anti-LGBT bill from passing. They plan on reaching out to other HRC members and supporters to take action. Johnson said discrimination is not an Arkansas value and that the governor should take swift, immediate action to veto SB 202. LGBT Arkansans have no state or municipal level protections in housing, workplace, or public accommodations, legal state recognition for the relationships and families, and state protections from hate crimes. HRC Arkansas sees the immediate need for action and hope Governor Hutchinson sees the need as well. So Devin, what is going on in UCA sports?
Well, the weather that we've had has kind of pushed everything a little bit back, so we're a little off schedule. There was a postponement on both softball and baseball, but we're looking to get back on track this weekend with some tournaments hosted here on campus. So we'll talk about that some more when we come back.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to energy-saving bulbs. Saving energy saves you money.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry. I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it.
I know. Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
The University of Central Arkansas may be close to home, but it's taken me far. Through study abroad programs and teaching science to children in Rwanda. I've also had the opportunity to do cancer research as an undergrad. And I've discovered Greek life that's about giving back and having fun. UCA put me and my education front and center. Learn how at uca.edu.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money.
Welcome back to News 6. I'm Devin Dishner, and here's what's going on in sports. This past weekend, the UCA Bears baseball team saw the field for the first time when they won all 3 games in Monroe, Louisiana in the 2015 Warhawk Classic. The Bears are now 3-0 going into their first home-hosted tournament this weekend. Due to the weather, the tournament will now feature 3 games on Sunday and 1 game on Monday against the University of Memphis and against Eastern Illinois. The UCA softball team finished up their tournament in Baton Rouge this past weekend, where the Bears went 2-3 with losses against number 16 LSU, number 20 Notre Dame, as well as 1 win and 1 loss against Hofstra and a win over Mississippi Valley State. The Bears are now 6-5 and will host the 2015 UCA Softball Invitational this weekend. Due to bad weather, the tournament games have not yet been determined, but News 6 Sports will keep you updated as that information becomes available. The cold and icy weather outside has transferred to the basketball court as the UCA Bears basketball team has been ice cold, losing their 2 games over the break. The Bears fell to Incarnate Word 67-77 in Conway last Friday, and the Northwestern State Demons on Monday 70-86 in Louisiana. The Bears still sit last in the Southland Conference and are looking to collect a couple of more wins as the season comes to an end. The men will get another chance this Saturday as the Bears take on the Sam Houston State Bearcats, who are 21-5, 12-1 in conference play, and are first in the Southland Conference. That game will be held Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock in the Ferris Center. The UCA Sugar Bears defeated the Incarnate Word Cardinals 58-49 on Saturday to put themselves at 14-10, 7-5 in conference play, and are sitting 7th in the Southland. The Sugar Bears will take on the McNeese State Cowboys tonight in the Ferris Center at 7 o'clock. The Cowboys sit 14-10, 8-5 in the Southland, and are currently in 4th place. Tonight's game ought to be a great display of talent and competition as the Sugar Bears are looking to get a few more key wins and get off the bubble in the Southland, and are looking to push toward the conference tournament in Katy, Texas, March 11th through 15th. That's all you missed in sports this weekend, and looking forward to tonight.
So the baseball team did excellent this weekend.
Yes,
so
they
how do you
did,
think the season's going to go?
Well, you know, we have some great promise. You know, we've come to the Southland Conference Championship game the last 2 years. You know, we have Logan Preston, junior shortstop, who was the Southland Conference Hitter of the Week this past week, so we're starting off really good.
Well, hopefully their season is a little bit better than our basketball team.
Absolutely,
So
yes.
Well, thank you so much, Devin.
No
we
problem.
appreciate it.
University of Central Arkansas has a new intramural event on campus. It's completely unlike any other. News 6 Colin Lingo has more on the story.
UCA's newest intramural sport is Battleship. And much like the popular board game, the rules are simple. Sink the other team's boat by filling it full of water, keep the water out of your own team's boat, and most importantly, try not to flip. As teams arrived to kick off the first championship match, a crowd gathered around the new Hyper Facilities pool. And as soon as the boats hit the water, Battleship promised to be an action-packed and spectator-friendly new intramural for the UCA community. However, these canoes were not built for speed, and sometimes the action can get a little slow. So we decided to speed up some of the highlights. Taylor Snap was the oarman for this year's championship team. Their team name? Yeah, Buoy. I met up with Taylor and asked him what his secret weapon was.
I was thinking of strategies like what other people wouldn't be thinking of, and so I was thinking about when we go canoeing through some rapids, we all sit down in the bottom of the boat instead of the seats because the center of gravity is lower, and so you don't tip as easy. And so we all decided that we were going to sit on the bottom of the boat and not the seats, which kind of like, you know, threw your arms up a little bit, but I mean, it helped because we won.
And while getting knocked out of the competition seems easy, according to Taylor, so was signing up.
I got an email and it had the little flyer on it, so I took a screenshot and I sent it to two of my friends who I had in mind to be my teammates, and they responded, let's do it. So then a few days later I walked into the office inside of the Hyper and just filled out a form and had their ID numbers and mine ready, and just that was it.
For News 6, I'm Colin Lingo.
Thank you so much, Colin. A vote to grant pay raises for all departments in the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office was approved last night by the Faulkner County Court. $8,000 from Faulkner County sales and use tax is normally split 50-50 between the criminal justice and county roads. A special election, which will be held this May, will ask voters to vote for or against changing the 50-50 split to a 65-35 split, with the 65 going towards criminal justice. Justice of the Peace, Steve Good, believes that this split would allow the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office to get the $900,000 that they have requested. The pay raises for the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office have been approved to go into effect as of today. Coming up after the break, some changes are in store for Toad Suck Days. In the Pie Hole, Hot Rod Wiener, and the Waffle Wagon way to West Little Rock this weekend.
Stay with us, News 6. We'll be right back.
At the University of Central Arkansas, I've encountered world-changing academics and game-changing athletics, helping me become a regular on the Southland Conference Honor Roll. I was able to graduate early with a business degree, and now I'm seeking a second degree in physical education, all while playing Division I volleyball, softball, and soccer. UCA put me and my education front and center. Learn how at uca.edu.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Welcome back. The prosecution rested in the trial of the man accused of murdering Chris Kyle. He's the former Navy SEAL who's the subject of the blockbuster movie American Sniper. The suspect's lawyer admits his client killed Kyle and Kyle's friend Chad Littlefield at a firing range in 2013, but says he was suffering from severe psychosis at the time. Before the prosecution wrapped up today, the accused's own words were again in the spotlight. Ed Lavandera reports.
Eddie Ray Ralph is placed into a police car moments after authorities chased him down on a Texas highway. He's breathing heavy and teary-eyed.
Hey, I have a question.
The officer asks if he's okay, and Ralph says, "I'm just so nervous about what's been happening in my life today. I don't know what's been happening. I've been so paranoid, schizophrenic all day. I don't know what to even think of the world right now. I don't know if I'm insane or sane." The judge isn't allowing courtroom audio to broadcast until after the trial ends. At times, Ralph appears agitated in the video. He squirms around in the back seat. Other times, he rests his head with his eyes closed. People who know Ralph, like Tim Zaraland, say the former Marine changed before the killings of Chris Kyle and Chad Littlefield.
I did notice a change several months before all this took place. It's hard to describe exactly, but it just seemed like he was a little bit more jumpy.
I got a woman and a kid 200 yards out moving towards the convoy.
The legend of Chris Kyle was well established by the time he took Ralph to that countryside gun range, but Ralph seemed to be more frustrated and annoyed with the two men who were trying to help him. The small arsenal of weapons Chris Kyle brought to the range that day was shown to the jury, which included these 5 long rifles and several handguns, including one of Kyle's rifles labeled American Sniper. But according to defense attorneys, Ralph in his psychotic state thought he was walking into a showdown on that range. From inside the jail where Ralph has spent the last 2 years, he spoke with a writer from the New Yorker magazine 3 months after the shootings. Prosecutors played some of that conversation today. Ralph sounds annoyed at Kyle and Littlefield and says, "So we're shooting pistols here, huh? Okay. Again, that's pretty much saying duel, mother." Later in the interview, he's asked what sparked the killings, and Ralph blames Chad Littlefield for not shooting with him. I was like, what the are you even doing here, man? This isn't a spectator sport, it's a shooting sport. You shoot. And that's what got me all, wired up. He also said, "I took care of business and then I got in the truck and left." As prosecutors said in their opening statements,
I think the term used for folks like him is trouble. I think you'll hear testimony. This is a troubled young man.
But prosecutors say this troubled man wasn't insane. They say these are the actions of a cold-blooded killer.
One of Arkansas's largest festivals, Toad Suck Days, has some changes in its entertainment and festivities this year. Even though the Toad Suck Days will not announce their performers until late March, event planners want local and lesser-known acts. Director of Toad Suck Days, Mary Margaret Satterfield, says in the past, bigger acts have drawn in large crowds, but not more revenue. Satterfield says the budget cut happened as a result of evaluating where they could best spend money. Satterfield hopes the entertainment cut will help give more to scholarships and downtown aids. The festival will remain free with a smaller concert venue. It will have the same number of acts, but musical genres will differentiate. Brad Lacey says there will be one night of country music, one night of rock, and Christian music will make a return for one night this year.
A new tradition could start this weekend. Little Rock welcomes the inaugural West Little Rock Food Truck Festival. Local favorites like Pie Hole and the Waffle Wagon will attend along with other vendors and live music. The Pie Hole food truck posted on its Facebook page, "This will be a rain or shine event, but there will be an indoor area to eat. So the predicted rain on Saturday won't put a damper on the event. The festival will take place a short drive away from Conway at the Chenal Point at the Divide Apartments in West Little Rock." Coming up after the break, we'll take one more look at the weather.
Stay with us, News 6. We'll be right back.
Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous.
For those dealing with the struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for advice and support.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Let's switch to Energy Star light bulbs and stop burning through cash. Saving energy saves you money.
Welcome back. So, Elizabeth, I was planning on going home this weekend, but it doesn't really look like the weather's going to cooperate.
I know. I plan on going home Friday too, but I hear that might not happen.
Yes, the bad temperatures are actually coming in tomorrow night. So if you're trying to leave Friday, I'm a little afraid that's not going to be very safe. But let's to remind ourselves, let's take a look at our extended forecast. 36-hour forecast, so we can kind of see for tonight. Temperatures will drop to the 13 degrees, and tomorrow our high will be 34. Tomorrow night it'll be a low of 20, but like I said, that's when the bad weather's coming in. So we'll have a wintry mix, a little bit of ice, snow, and rain all mixed together. So that's definitely not safe. If we take a look at our extended forecast, again, for tomorrow it'll be a high of 34, and then Friday we're actually expecting even more rain and a little bit more of ice, and that's a 70% chance, so that's definitely going to be something that we have to watch out for. So if you are planning to leave, I would leave tomorrow during the day, not after that, because the roads can be very dangerous after that. Saturday we will continue to have rain. It's a 100% chance of rain and thunderstorms, and then Sunday it'll be in the 40s. And the rest of the week it'll be in the 40s, and then our lows will be in the 20s. So definitely keep an eye out, because we don't know how the roads are going to be. But that's all I have for the weather.
Thank you, Elizabeth. That's a look at your news for this February 18th. If you have any questions, comments, or story ideas, you can email us at ucanews6@gmail.com.
Also, check us out online at ucaecho.net.
And be sure to keep up with us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Candace Miller.
And I'm Jordan Arrington. For Devin Dishner, Elizabeth Flores, and all of us at News 6, thank you for joining us and have a good night.
Don't